Miley Cyrus is a very big risk taker. You see, one of her risks was twerking with a 100-year-old Americana icon, the foam finger. Similarly, Pope Francis is also a big risk taker. You see, Pope Francis has taken the risk to not conform with other popes in their tradition of acting towards other citizens. And as a matter of fact, he's become more and more of an individual. But this individualism has guaranteed him an 80% approval rating among Catholics. And this is the highest ever since the Holy Roman Empire in the 1600s. For Pope Francis, this is great news. And considering the fact that many archbishops today are now starting to threaten Pope Francis with the fact that he may have violated the papacy and their doctrines, it is imperative that we ask today's question of, is Pope Francis leading the Catholic Church to a better possible future? And the answer in this case is a clear and resounding fact that he is, because he's allowing more and more people to become a part of the Roman Catholic Church. This is true for three key ramifications. First, because of the fact that he respects all people. Second, the contention that he is finding more and more ways to alleviating growing tensions about possible sexual assault scandals. And finally, perhaps most importantly, this Pope knows technology, and he's using it to unify the Church for the better. The Catholic Church has had a lot of troubles in the past, but Pope Francis wants to fix this, and one way he's doing this is giving respect to all people. We're not going to ask what does the Fox say, because Fox News is not a very credible source. But rather, consulting the Atlantic Monthly on February 17th of 2014, it states that Pope Francis was recently witnessed drawing and cleaning the feet of a Muslim woman, and he was also humbled in front of homosexuals. Pope Francis is showing endearing respect and ingenuity among people through all religions and all sexual orientations. As a result of this, more and more people are filing behind the Roman Catholic Church, and Pope Francis is doing a pretty good job respecting all people. He's also thwarting the stereotype that the Roman Catholic Church is controlled by all wealthy people, because as according to an article from the U.S. News and World Report on December 13th of 2013, it argued that Pope Francis was caught 17 times going out of the Vatican City to give money to poor people. For Pope Francis, extending his grace towards poor people and rich people alike shows his lack of segregation against people. And as a result of this, he is causing more and more followers to become a part of the Roman Catholic Church, growing the foundation of the Roman Catholic Church and making a better entity for the future. The Roman Catholic Church has certainly had its ups and downs, and one of the major down moments was when Pope Benedict XVI, the predecessor to Pope Francis, was accused of letting bishops run sex trafficking under the Vatican City. For Pope Francis, he truly wants to move away from this and gain the trust of the international community, not just as a religious hub, but also as a geopolitical hub in Europe. So it makes complete sense that CNN News on December 13th of 2013 reported that when Pope Francis allowed the United Nations to come into the Vatican City, he was obliged, because he also allowed them to give him advice about how to stop sex trafficking. This has caused the Roman Catholic Church to once again gain its pious and sacrilegious standing among the world. And as a result of this, has caused the Roman Catholic Church to become once again a religious power and a geopolitical power within the region. Also, according to a Chicago Tribune article from December 16th of 2013, it states that it is ultimately imperative to examine the fact that Pope Francis has solemnly swore he will not let sexual assault be one of the new claims for his new papacy. And as a result of this, he has gained the trust of not just his Vatican followers, but followers all the way around the world. In fact, the Dalai Lama, one of the leaders of Buddhism, congratulated him on finally offering sincerity for not just other religions in the world, but also for humility and humility within his own nation. For Pope Francis, this is great news, because it allows Pope Francis to enhance the power of the Roman Catholic Church and put it in a better position for the future. And finally, perhaps most importantly, Pope Francis has realized that it is ultimately important for them to realize what is essential for moving I'm sorry, I forgot my speech, so I'm just going to take my note card out for a second. I didn't want to lie, all right? So, it was 2 hours ago. Will you relax? All right. Pope Francis is also finding a new way of moving forward the papacy through the use of technology. This pope knows where technology is going and how technology is correlated with the future. And as a result of this, Pope Francis is using technology to his advantage. As according to an article from CBS News on December 12th, 2013, it states that Pope Francis recently advocated for Radio Venetian. And what this radio station would do would broadcast his sermons through 60 countries in 44 different languages. Pope Francis is using technologies such as radio to help unify the Roman Catholic Church and put it in a better position for the future, so that he can either converse with archbishops throughout the world or use this efficiency to his advantage. Also, according to a Christian Science Monitor article from November 16th of 2013, it states that Pope Francis is also using webcamming to find a new way of conglomerating with other archbishops throughout the world. And as a result of this, he's finding a better way to talk with archbishops all around the world. For Pope Francis, using the webcam technology as well as radio technology is just one more way of facilitating a unification between the Roman Catholic Church, and therefore putting it in a position that is much better to agree with in the future. So when returning to today's question of, is Pope Francis taking the Roman Catholic Church for the better direction in the future, we saw that the answer in this case was a clear and resounding fact that he is, because he's opening up the Roman Catholic Church for a wide variety of citizens. This was true due to the three key ramifications. First, because of the fact that he respects all people. Second, he came in like a wrecking ball and destroyed all allegations for sexual assault claims. And finally, perhaps most importantly, he's using technology to his advantage to reunify the Catholic Church. While Miley Cyrus may have made a lot of risks in her life, in an interview with Diane Sawyer, she expressed that these risks only help foster her individuality. Pope Francis is also taking a risk and going against what the ancient Catholic doctrine has said. And as a result, if he continues to do so, the Catholic Church can once again become the best religious as well as geopolitical power within the Mediterranean Europe.